Hello and welcome to another episode of Fast Lane. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. And we start off with a very special car. This car is called the Mercedes SLS AMG. It's one of my all-time favourite cars. So when I learned that we were going to be using it in this series, I couldn't wait to drive it. However, one of my deluded American colleagues got the hands on the keys first. So Matt's been out on the track, seeing what it's like. God help us.
Welcome everybody to the most naturally aspirated V8 the world has ever seen. The Mercedes SLS AMG. Created by Mercedes and beefed up by their adrenaline junkie department, AMG of course, this is one of the most shocking vehicles they have ever created. The question is though, is it worth the money? And is it a decent rival to other Porsches and Ferraris? Well, let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mercedes SLS AMG. Right, let's have a listen to see what we've got under the engine. Oh, listen to that lovely 6.3 litre V8 engine at its finest. Right, let's see what we got going around here. Oh, the V8 engine really is kicking out all 563 of its brake horsepower, and I'm loving every single second of it. Here we go down the straight. Oh my god, the speed! Holy shit! Whoa, 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 here we go, hit on the brakes, and here we go. Right, down the right, come on, pull it to the left, good, and back up the right. That's a bit tough, right, we got there. Taking it in its stride, this really is a masterclass of a car. Right, so after all of that, we're going to do some handling. Right, and we're pulling into the first corner. Oh, that rear-wheel drive is really pushing me round. The understeer is... It's truly dreadful in my opinion. I mean, it's dragging me around the corner. It's if it's... The moment I get around the corner, the power is trying to push me back onto a straight line. But this car, I don't want that to happen. I want to feel the curve of the road. I want to have it beneath me. But no, the understeer is not allowing that. It wants to get me back into a straight line, and I just don't like that. But all in all, this car is brilliant. The handling is great. The speed is simply astonishing. As a 6.3 litre V8 engine, which produces 563 brake horsepower, the top speed is a whopping 197 miles per hour. And for a car that weighs 1,735 kilos, that is simply astounding. Right, now we're going to do some drifting. Hopefully the rear-wheel drive will allow me to kick the tail out with some nice power and some nice ferocity of what I'd expect from a V8 engine. Oh, here we go. Ah! A bit too slow on the out. The interior is all marvellous. A blend of leather, aluminium and carbon fibre that makes you feel as if you're in a sci-fi movie. It comes with, as standard, satellite navigation, cruise control, air conditioning, MP3 and CD connectivity, and more. So the interior is very nice, and the speed is phenomenal. So that was the car going around the track. The handling was great, the speed was phenomenal, but let's have a look inside the car. As you can see from the slick black interior and the slight hints of red, it really matches the ferocity of the car, and I absolutely love it. 1 minute and 29.95 seconds. This is a very, very quick car. But what about reaching its top speed? Well, to do that, I've come to Road America to see just how fast the SLS will go. The speed I'm aiming for is about 150 miles an hour, something that is achievable in a Porsche or a Ferrari very easily. But a Mercedes? Well, let's find out. Here we go. Oh my god, I'm glued to the back of the chair already! Oh, 70 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour, pushing 100 already! Oh, this car is truly fast! I am, holy shit, 120 miles an hour, oh my god! This is absolutely insane, 150! 155, my god, I don't think I'm going to be able to stop this! 160, 170 miles an hour and in on the brakes. Oh, go. Oh! Whew. That was close, could have died there. So the vehicle can reach speeds way over 150 miles an hour. It looks amazing. It sounds like God's plumbing. It goes like Stig and is incredibly well made. However, for something that is over 200,000 credits, is there any point? Well, if you ignore the fact it has an automatic gearbox and the bonnet is slightly too large, then this car is staggering. Welcome everybody to a car that can easily stand up to its rivals. The Mercedes SLS AMG. So that was the Mercedes SLS AMG, and to be honest, it was a delight to drive. I'm so glad I managed to take the keys from Sam. I'm really going to rub it in his face. But now for the news. JJ, what have you got for us today?
Well, we're going to start this week with gaming, because gaming is heavily associated to, well, what we do, and of course, cars.
Of course.
So, what do you two think of the potential for virtual reality gaming?
Wow, this is a very controversial topic indeed. To be honest, I'm heavily for it. I would love to see VR gaming become a big thing and become the next mainstream gaming fad, to be honest. I mean, think of the potential.
You say that, but here's the thing. I have had an Xbox for some time, and I have had, on more than one occasion, the opportunity to play it on my parents' TV, which has 3D capabilities, and I've played a few games that support it, such as Halo, and I'll be honest, whenever I've played a 3D game, I felt sick.
It is unbelievably horrible.
So, virtual reality...
I see where you're coming from, but it's a bit different.
I'm sorry, but here's the thing. Gaming is meant to be something that's...
Now here this comes Mr. Main.
Gaming is meant to be something that's very casual. You can do it lying on your bed, standing up, running with your dog, whatever the hell you want to do, okay? I don't want to turn my reality into a virtual reality. I don't want to step into this pod, put these glasses on, and act as if it's real life. I don't want to do that. Who in their right mind wants to do that?
I'm already pretty restricted by the Xbox Connect in the first place.
Just a quick comment. I love how Samuel thinks gaming is very, very casual and there's no competitiveness to it. What's it? It's not!
Well, okay, you get the sweaty side that, let's be honest.
No.
Take it seriously and they...
Hang on. The sedan challenge last week. I remember being sideswiped by you, Sam.
Yes, well, that was in the moment, and that was because you are rubbish, and my talent was being wasted on the road.
Your talent?
Talent.
What talent?
I won!
My talent was killed.
I'm telling you, gaming is not a casual thing nowadays. I mean, there's huge competitions that take place globally, where the prize money is millions and millions of pounds.
No, it's not!
Yes, it is!
That's exaggeration!
It is not exaggeration. Go up and look at League of Legends tournaments.
Do you want to know how much Sony's PlayStation VR will cost?
How much?
Yes, right, let's get back onto the actual.
Okay, Sony's PlayStation VR will cost around $399 and will be out in October. So that's what, given the exchange rate, about £2.50? I'm joking, it's probably likely to be around about £250.
I think that actually works out to being more expensive than the console itself.
I'm not
getting one, especially considering I don't have a PS4.
I have no plans. However, I must draw your attention to this, gentlemen, okay? What if I told you that within the next 10, 20 years, man would be able to travel in a car to speeds of 1,000 miles an hour? Would you believe me?
I would say I barely like going above 20.
Samuel, I will tell you that you are chatting bullshit.
Well, I'm going to prove you wrong, because there's a British engineering team that have developed a car or developing a car, I should say, sorry, that is capable of reaching speeds of up to 1,000 miles an hour, 980 miles an hour, that kind of region. It's powered. It's called the Bloodhound. It's powered by a bolted Eurofighter Typhoon engine, jet engine to the back of it. And the simple thing is, you hop in, click a button, and off you go. Speeds of 1,000 miles an hour. You press a few levers and buttons, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. I don't really know the technical side of it, but basically, you'll be able to go from 0 to 500 miles an hour in the time it takes somebody in a normal car to go from 0 to 60.
Right. The M25. That's all I'm going to say. What kind of practicality does a car like that have on the M25?
Right, it's not meant to be practical, it's just saying, look how amazing we are, and look what we can do, look where science has got us. I think it's brilliant.
What's the point? We could be developing cures for, like, HIV or AIDS, and we're designing cars that can go 1,000 miles an hour.
We're already doing that. And I'll tell you this, the technology that's used in this thing is so unbelievably advanced, it'll be implemented into the new generation of Eurofighter.
Ooh.
So actually, it's not wasted at all. It's been tested in Southern Africa in 2017, from what I've found out.
Really? South Africa? That's not too bad, to be honest.
I'm incredibly looking forward to it. Matt, what have you got for us?
We're all huge car fanatics, right?
Yes.
JJ, you love a good car, don't you?
I love a good car. Everyone loves a good car. Anyone that says they don't should be shot.
What's your opinion on running?
I'm slightly allergic to it.
I don't do it often.
I say slightly, I'm very allergic to it.
Well, yeah. Right, so you've heard of these park runs, haven't you? You know, where people meet up and do a 5k run in a park. Well, there has been a place, it's Stoke Gifford, where what they tried doing was they were going to make these park runners pay for the upkeep and usage of that park itself. Now, I like to keep fit. I go for runs every now and then. I don't, do it religiously or anything like that, but I think this is complete horse crap. Because it's a local park. Anybody should be able to use it however they want, whenever they want.
Running? Seriously?
Let me finish.
Running?
Let me finish. I just imagine people trying to charge you for drifting on your own private property. Or driving a quad bike on your own private property. To me, this is the same kind of thing. I just think it's disgraceful and disgusting.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't go for runs, so it doesn't bother me at all. However, I completely understand where you're coming from. And yet, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. Personal opinion.
Fine then, moving on to you.
Right. So, aside from running, we'll get back onto the subject of cars, shall we? Last week, I tested the absolutely exquisite Lamborghini Huracan, I don't know if you remember it. Now, they're releasing a new one. It's called the Lamborghini Huracan Spider. It's got the same basic engine as the Huracan had last week. It's a little bit more power, a little bit more flexibility in terms of the way it's made, but it looks absolutely stunning. If you need to see a picture of it, picture on screen probably for you. It looks absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait for it. One of my favourite cars for this year, I think, definitely.
I will have to agree with you, it does look absolutely beautiful, and it's a Lambo, so I have to fall in love with it.
And what about you, Matt? What car have you found for us this week?
I've been a little bit more tame than my suggestion last week. I've gone with the, new version of the Mini. The new Mini Countryman, to be precise. But I'm going to say this before I start. To me, it's no longer a Mini. Have you seen the size of it? It's like I'm driving around in a, Vauxhall, whatever. It's huge, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Thank you.
Huge. And it looks like a good car, I will admit. The design is very sleek, very modern, and I like that. It looks cute. But it's too big. It's much, much too big.
I was walking home from college the other day, and there was a Mini Clubman, 2015 one, parked near my house. And my friend said, "Oh, there's a Mini over there." And I go, "It's not a Mini anymore." And we have, and I'm not kidding, we have a 15-minute argument over why a Mini is now a Maxi. That's what they are. They are huge, great big things, and they're bigger. They're bigger than a Golf. And if a Mini is bigger than a Golf, it is not a Mini. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is.
And obviously, one of the presenters on this show are actually in possession of a Mini, so I'm sure they have all the information they need.
Yes, I have. I can personally tell you that Minis should be small, and they were back even maybe 3 years ago. I mean, the one I have is 3 years old, so that's, you know, it's a small car. These new 2015, 2016 ones, the people are going mad. They should be shot on sight and fed to dogs, if you ask me.
Well, welcome to Fastlane, ladies and gentlemen, the place where we threaten people for not liking cars.
Now, though,
The many personalities we have on air.
now then, that is the end of the news, and it's time to move on to this. It's the Jaguar XFRS. It's one of the most powerful sedans ever created. Obviously, I couldn't wait to drive it. So, of course, I had to take it to our test track, Watkins Glen. Here it is, the all-new Jaguar XFRS. A car designed to drive you from A to B in complete comfort, whilst travelling at an eye-watering 186 miles per hour. So, has it worked? The simple answer is no, it hasn't worked. However, there are certain aspects of this car where things have worked. A prime example, the speed. The vehicle's performance is one that cannot be matched by any other four-door saloon. It has a 5-litre V8 engine, producing 555 brake horsepower. 0 to 60 takes just 4.4 seconds, and for a car that has 5 doors and enough room in the boot to be a spot for Scooby the dog, that is simply incredible. It is ballistic, but you can't have this much power with an automatic gearbox. It just doesn't work all the time. It doesn't work with each other. It's like a team that won't even talk to each other that's trying to produce a big movie. It just will not work. You keep building up the revs and put your foot down, and then when you don't, get the power, you start to get disappointed. It doesn't flatter you. Jaguar have aimed to produce a saloon that travels at high speeds, but also corners well. However, oh dear Lord, on the brakes, whoa! I'm off the grass, I'm on the grass! Jesus, this is not good at all. God, the handling is absolutely atrocious. The car is unbelievably terrible through the corners. Seriously, this is not a light car, but I was expecting it to be more planted than this. You get a mixture of oversteer and understeer, and this is oversteer and understeer by my definition and not JJ's. Taking this car around a corner, you'd be better off moving a block of flats. This is unbelievable. It's so heavy and it's not even planted. The car sometimes wants to swerve one way or swerve the other, and because of its rear-wheel drive system, it means that you can really get the arsehole whenever you want to, but because of the traction control system that's been implanted, it won't let you. Well, not unless you turn it off then. Sliding the car then should be very easy. Ready? Alright, so dab of brakes, turning in, hard on the power, the back end's outlook, way! Drifting now. God, this is really, really planted. This is fantastic. The car, although it's very, very powerful, is very, very easy to control when you're trying to slide it. It's as if, the car wants to slide. It wants to go angry. It wants to be very, very mad. Let's try another corner here. Turning in. There we go. Easily control again. God, this car is perfect at drifting. It's really, really good. Put all the shouty, angry muscle car features beside, and the XFRS is actually very civilised. Inside, you have enough legroom to fit actual people in the back. Actual human beings who have legs. The cabin is full of next-gen technology. You can even choose the colour of trim lighting as an optional extra. Aside from this, the car is fully kitted out with satellite navigation, air conditioning, heated seats, CD and MP3 connectivity, and more. So what is this car? Is it a full-on American wannabe muscle car, or a fast, sleek British saloon? Well, the answer is more difficult than you might think. See, the car is beautifully equipped, it's beautifully made, the engineering is above all standards, and it's as powerful as the next-gen Audis and BMWs. And yet, there's something about this car that's very muscle carish, it's very American. It's very difficult to determine what this car is, so the only test that I can possibly think of to actually determine what this car is a straight line drag race. As our track, Watkins Glen, has an available straight line for us, we might as well just see how fast this car can go. I'm confident that the car's 5-litre V8 engine is going to give me all the power I need here. I'm aiming for around about 110 miles an hour. Right, let's do this. Alright, and off we go. Right, hard on the accelerator now, up to 50 miles an hour, second gear, going to third. Putting all the power from that V8 engine down. Going to see how fast we can get up to. 110 is our limit here. Trying to see if we can get that. 100 miles an hour already. 110. There it is. Past 110 and braking. Hard on the brakes. Oh, there we go. Turning around the corner and skid to the finish. 112 miles an hour, I think that was. Flat out, this car would get to its top speed of nearly 200 miles per hour. So it's clearly a quick car, which means it has that muscle car American type effect. So what is this car? Well, again, that answer is very difficult to find because I can't really pinpoint it. I mean, I like this car, it's good, it's nice to drive, there's not a lot of force feedback, it's okay at braking. I mean, the understeer and oversteer, you can, obviously like this, as you can now see, you can get rid of that, but I just can't put my finger on what this car actually is. To me, this car is a weird. The most important thing on it is its badge. It's a Jag.
So there we have Sam Main driving a Jaguar, and you'll notice that he didn't have anyone impeding on the end of his own review there. But upon saying that, I will have the opportunity to drive a Jaguar later on in the series, so watch out for that. But for now, I'm in the Audi S1. The Audi S1. This 2015 addition to the Audi lineup takes its place in our little world of Forza by joining a variety of mini C-Class budget hatchbacks, none of which are being reviewed by this show. It turns out my two colleagues would prefer to use a seemingly infinite virtual budget to throw sensibility out of the rear window, leaving it to me to attempt some kind of balance. So, if someone in marketing was to ask you to sell them something, you'd make it stand out. For example, if someone came to me and asks, what makes this car tick or what makes it go? I'd tell them it was the engine and a steady foot. In particular, a 2-litre engine and a total of 4 cylinders. With that, the S1 can go from 0 to 60 in 5 seconds and reach speeds of 162 miles an hour. So, how did it get on around Watkins Glen? The Audi S1 is yours for around 30,000 credits on Forza. Obviously that is untampered with. As you can see very early on, the steering is very smooth. As you can see, I'm testing that by going left and right. You can see it's very smooth. Little bit of understeer as we go into the notoriously bad corner here on Watkins Glen. Apart from that, taking the turns really well here as we head into a much better turn on the circuit. Very smooth with a decent increase in speed. It's doing really well and is a really nice drive. So we're around 120 miles an hour on this straight. The braking is brilliant. Nice as we head into the double turn. This really is a decent hatchback to drive around the corners. On the second straight now, hitting around 120. This track isn't the greatest for maxing out the speed on a car. You can get to around 160 on a good day. And a very long track, of course. Little bit of understeer again, but only a tiny amount. It's pretty good. That's probably more my driving error rather than anything else. Nice turn there. It was in fact the final one. And across the line. It's been a really nice car to drive. It'll be interesting to see what the time is. It was a lot better than last week's abomination of an F12, regardless of what Sam says. On the best lap, the Audi S1 put in a solid 1:42.9, which is reasonable for any budget car, leading me to conclude that if you're after a small, affordable C-Class car in your Forza career, the Audi S1 is the way to go. From the front of the exterior, Audi have gone with their signature style with the narrowed headlights and relatively thin front end. And apart from that, well, it's a hatchback with a minimum of 3 doors, 4 wheels, and even wing mirrors. And as I'm forever telling Sam Main, it's what's on the inside that counts. And the inside of the S1 is absolutely beautiful. It has everything you'd expect from a higher class. Brands such as Audi, including lots of buttons, fancy colours, and even a flawless metal looking finish. If you look really hard, you'll notice that the sat-nav inside rises up when you need it. You can literally call upon direction from this car. The wheelbase is much shorter than in a Mini Cooper S, so if you're sitting in the back, well, you better hope you've got short legs. Outside of a video game, if you want to drive this car, you better hope you're Sam behind, because you wanted somewhere to put your things. Because of its Volkswagen heritage, this car is not very sensational behind the wheel. As I said, it produces 228 brake horsepower, which is as much power as a Golf GTI, just with much better traction. Overall, as I mentioned earlier, it grips the road very well, but it's not quite a Fiesta or a Mini. So if it came down to the S1 or a Mini, which one would I prefer? Well, Sam Main owns a Mini, so I'll leave you to work it out from there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the S1 review. I'm sure JJ did a brilliant job with that. Now, you've always wanted to see two idiots in Formula 1 cars drive against some of the best drivers in the world. You've got the opportunity because JJ and Mr. Main have decided to go to Rio to test out a few Formula 1 cars. Enjoy!
Formula 1 has been a sport for decades now. It's been a sport that has an absolutely incredible fan base. Ever since the Italian driver Giuseppe Farina won the first World Championship driver in 1950, the driving sport has been broadcasted across every continent around the globe ever since. This, the 1976 McLaren M23, was driven by the all-time famous racing driver James Hunt. Alongside Niki Lauda, Hunt took this very car around the 1976 and 1977 Grand Prix, coming in first place at one point. Formula 1 back then was epic.
No, don't preach to me.
The car was a dream to take round the track. I mean, yes, it isn't the most refined vehicle in the world, and it certainly isn't the most beautiful, but my god, it's fun. But that was back then. Now though, Formula 1 is much, much different, and much more difficult. But just how difficult is it? To find out, my esteemed colleague JJ Ralph and myself will be partaking in an online championship race with real players in real time that is all about Formula 1. JJ Ralph and myself will be driving Formula 1 cars through Rio. What could possibly go wrong?
Okay, I was not expecting this. We're off!
We're off and we're going. We're in second gear, third gear, fourth gear.
We're good.
The race was off to a blinding start. However, JJ and I quickly came across an issue to do with racing players online. They were cheaters.
This is bloody beautiful. Oh, I crashed already. We're gonna have to reverse.
The problem I have is that Jesus! I'm done. I spun out.
This car is a lot more powerful than I was expecting. Everyone's spinning off and it's crazy.
This vehicle uses a specific type of system called KERS, and it's a very, very specific and very advanced system. When braking, energy from the wheels is transferred into a specific generator in the back and is then used to apply more power! Fuck. Jesus.
And I haven't got time to be explaining the care system to you, but I'm sure that Sam in the other car is going to explain it beautifully, and you're going to hear it all about it. There we go, some arsehole just can't do to me. Here we go. We're hitting 18 nicely. I'm in 16th place. I have no idea where my co-host is.
This thing changes gear like no tomorrow. It has a shifting pattern. Fuck. Let's leave the beat machine there.
I was in the lead, powered by the mighty Formula 1 engine.
Jesus! 220 miles an hour is what this thing can make. I'm not getting up to half of that in this tunnel!
You will recall not so long ago I went round our own track at Watkins Glen with the Ferrari F12, and that was a hell of a lot of understeer, which has since been disputed, mind you.
Heartbreaking, KERS system working perfectly. Oh my god, I think, is that JJ? I think that's JJ!
I'm in front of Sam, my one place!
No, he's not! No! Jesus, I've crashed!
Oh, in front of Sam!
He just ran, the camera will prove that, he just tried to run me off the track!
With my colleague overtaking me, I decided to stick my foot down.
Right, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10,000 RPM, 11,000 RPM.
Second lap as we're going around. I really don't care about where I place in this as long as I beat Sam, man.
There it is, he's going too fast, yes, he crashed! Go! We've got a lot of time to make up now.
My dreams of beating Sam, man, could well be over. As soon as this car. Oh, I love the Lotus. This is brilliant. We're struggling to keep it in a straight line, mind you.
The Lotus E23 is simply staggering, I can't believe this. More of the other races. Here we go. Up the straight line, I've got no underride, I'm a chuff here.
And I can hear Sam in my ear, and he is screaming like mad, and oh, this is going to be the best challenge we've done all series.
A load of cars crashed over there. Trust me, if they weren't invisible, I'd be more than a dead man. 10, 6, 7, 8. Gee, it just keeps changing gear. Oh.
I've lost sight of Sam now. My dreams of beating my co-host could well be over.
I don't actually know where JJ is. I don't even think he's got past me, has he? Can anyone confirm to me where JJ is?
And in case Sam is wondering where the hell I am right now, it's nowhere close to him. Here we go. 70, 80, 100, 130, I can't even keep up, 160. And we've just gone out the tunnel. 7th gear. 8 gears. This is an 8-gear box. I've never done an 8-gear box before.
Issue with the Lotus is, when you just hit the power, the tyres spin and spin and spin, you lose traction.
The race was becoming a disaster. We were crashing everywhere. And as for the other drivers, they were creating riots of their own.
This curse system, it's been used on a selection of hypercars, specifically the P1, the Veyron, the Jaguar. They're being used on the Formula 1, especially the Lotus E23. It's just unbelievable. You feel it just push away from you. Holy crap.
Slowing down, I'm going to try this corner and get it right this time, and I have. I was even told that it was in fact a good pass.
The steering is just immediate, just one little push to the left or right. Oh god! The barrier, Lotus going ahead of me again. He's not getting it. Who's not getting it? Come on, boy, come on! One twitch of the wheel, and it goes in that direction. It's that immediate.
And people are quitting, which means I am doing better, but not on my own merit, which is not good. And I'm going to go into the tunnel. I have no idea where Mr. Main is. And hear that roar as we go through the tunnel and crash into everything on the way out.
I've just passed the finish line, now going up to that very difficult hairpin turn. Hard on the brakes, going down on the first. Spinning the wheels a little bit. Logan's hit me off. Jesus, where the hell has he gone? No, just spun out. Right, let's go. Do this.
My gear changes are pretty shoddy at the moment. They're race ends. When I get I'm going to get a DNF. No! I'm going to get a DNF. I'm going to get a DNF. No! The first race we've ever done on Forza, and I'm going to get a DNF. This is not brilliant. The only thing I can hope for now is that Sam Main also gets a DNF.
No, just got in front of me. He's not going to get this one. Come on. Power! 50.
So, the world of Formula 1. Is it any difficult? Well, after destroying millions of pounds worth of racing car, we can safely say it's difficult. So that was JJ and I racing around Rio in 2 Formula 1 cars. We do hope you enjoyed it. I can tell you it was absolutely amazing. We did make a big pig's ass out of it, but what the hell, that's what fast lane's about. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.